So today we're going to talk about the line of best fit. Sometimes data doesn't quite fit perfectly on a straight line, but it's apparent that the data does kind of form a linear pattern. Might not be a completely perfect line, but it's linear nonetheless. So our job is to find what's called the line of best fit. I'm going to draw a line here. And if you look at this line here, that's not a bad line to draw, right? I hit one of the points. It's kind of following the same, going the same direction the data is, but it's a decent line, but it's not that great. There is a better line that we could draw. The better line would go through the middle. Oops, that's a better line, I would say, but still not the best line. I think the best line would look something like that. Now, because we're doing this by hand, it might not be perfect, but this is definitely better than the other two lines that I drew. This is what's called the line of best fit. Now, you draw a line that kind of fits the data that's at hand. Now, you'll see that I did manage to hit one point here, but most of the data I didn't even touch. Line of best fit doesn't have to go through any of the points at all. It just has to follow the direction, the pattern that the data presents. But we need to find the equation of the line of best fit here. So to do that, find two pretty points. So right here, this one is right, when I say pretty points, what I mean is like the corner of one of these grids. So that's a pretty point. That's not a pretty point. We're right in the between the lines, and we'd have to estimate and everything. That's getting better, but not quite. No, here's another pretty point that is on the line. All right, that's the key here. The pretty points have to be on the line. This first green one was a data point. This second one is not. That's okay. They're on the line, and that's what's important here. So the 2 points that I'm working with here are 3, 3, and it looks like, what was that, negative 2, 1. Negative 2, 1. Now, I'm going to find the equation in slope-intercept form. Now, in order to do slope-intercept form, I'm going to start off in point-slope form. No matter what, first thing I need is the slope. So the slope here is going to be 3 minus 1 divided by 3 plus 2. 2 divided by 5. So I got a slope of 2/5. And I'm going to use the 3, 3 point because I think that's easier to deal with. So it's going to be y minus 3 equals 2/5 x minus 3. I'm going to start off in point slope form. 3, 3 is easier because then I don't got to think about the signs and everything. And now I can find the line of best, or the slope intercept form. This is point slope form. I'm going to find the slope intercept form by doing what we've talked about yesterday. Distribute 2/5 x minus 6/5. Add 3 to both sides. I should get y equals 2/5 x plus 9/5. That's what I'm getting for my line of best fit. Now, let's see if that matches what my graph is saying. 2/5 x, I got a positive slope. That's definitely what's happening here. I got a positive slope. My y-intercept, though. Y-intercept is 1 and a little bit more, almost 2. 9/5 is almost 2, so I think I've done it correctly. So, you draw your line, pick two pretty points, put it in point-slope form, put it in slope-intercept form. Sorry about that. So, go ahead and pause the tape. I want you to find the line of best fit for the next 3 problems here. So go ahead and pause it and hook those up. Alright, so hopefully you got something like y is equal to negative x plus 2. Now here's the thing. Because we're doing this by hand, you might not have gotten exactly what I got. I got negative 1. Perhaps you got negative 4/5 or something like that. But here's the thing, your ballpark slope should be around negative 1, and your y-intercept should be somewhere close to 2. Same things with these here. I got -4/5. Yours might be -1. And my y-intercept is -2/5. You might have -1/5 or something close to somewhere around 0.2. And then this one I got y is equal to x. Again, yours might be slightly different, but you should be close to a slope of 1. Should be a positive slope for sure, looking at this line. And your y-intercept might not be exactly 0, might be a little bit different, but you should be the ballpark of this. That brings us to page 2. Now, we were drawing decent lines of best fit. Your calculator can find the best line of best fit. The way your calculator finds the line of best fit is a thing called linear regression. Now, if I give you this table here, we're going to input that in the calculator. So what I need to do is go to Stat, and we're going to edit a list. Edit. Now, hopefully your calculator has list 1, list 2, list 3, so on and so forth. If yours is missing list 1 or list 2 or anything else, you need to reset your list. So this first time, I want everybody to go to back to Stat, and at the bottom here it says Set Up Editor. I want you to hit that, press Enter again, and it says Done. Super. So go back to Stat. We're going to edit our lists again. And so if you didn't have it, hopefully you do now. If not, bring your calculator to me tomorrow. Anyways, for everybody else, I want you to input this data. The way you put it in is list 1 is going to be our x values. List 2 is going to be our y values. So x is 0. And then just to get to the next entry, press Enter. Put in all of your x values. 2.4, so on and so forth. And then in list 2, of course, you're going to put in your y values. All right, now double check your inputs to make sure that you put them in correctly, because if you put them in wrong, it will affect the result here. All right, so my lists are all set. Next thing we're going to do is go back to the home screen and press clear. We're going to go back to Stat. So Stat, only this time we're actually going to calculate something. We're going to calculate linear regression number 4. Number 4. So linreg, press Enter, and it'll give you linreg is y equals ax plus b, and tell you a is so and such and b is such and such. Now here's the thing: y is equal to ax plus b. That looks suspiciously like slope-intercept form, right? Y equals 1.01 x. Oh, excuse me, 1.02. You got a round right, Smith. 1.02 x plus 0.93. This is going to be the line of best fit. Smith, I don't believe you. Now you're just saying stuff. Here's the thing. I want you to go to Stat. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. We're going to go to y equals, and I want you to turn your plot on. Go up to Plot and press Enter. And our plot is going to be on. Now, what's going on there with this plot on? Go to second y equals, and you'll see Stat Plot. What's happening here is we turned on Plot 1. So let's go in there and look at Plot 1. Plot 1, we turned it on. The type that we want to make is a scatter plot. These decimals, or these points like this. We're going to use L1 and L2, and you can pick the mark that you like. That's the long way to turn on the plot. Once it's set up this first time, like I said, you just go to y equals and turn the plot on. Now, press Graph. And look at that. There is our data. But here's the thing. I want to look at it a little bit better. What I want to do is go to Window. And in this case, excuse me, in this case, our lowest x value is 0. So rather than negative 10, I like to see the entire first quadrant, but I don't need to go all the way to negative 10. I'm only going to go to negative 1. And since my maximum y value is 7.4, my x maximum of 10, that's perfect. My y scale, again, I don't need negative 10. Negative 1 will get by just fine, so I'm going to make this negative 1. And my highest value is 8, so I'm going to make that, keep that as 10 as well. So now if I press graph, you get to see the first quadrant, and there's our data set. If we were to plot these points, that's our data set. So go back to y equals, and we're going to put in y1, we're going to put in the equations that we found. 1.02x plus 0.93, and press graph. And look at that. That is indeed the line of best fit. So, what I'd like you to do now is go and try numbers 6, 7, and 8. Press pause, try those, and when you come back, I'll put the answers up for you. Before you go cheating and look at the answers, I know what happened. You already forgot how to clear out your list. Go to Stat, Edit. Smith, how do I clear out this list? Go up till L1 is highlighted, press clear, and come down. Go over to L2, same thing. Go up till L2 is highlighted, press clear, and come down. You can put in the data again. So pause it again and finish these problems. Ready, go. All right, for those of you who are done, you should have got this one for number 6, number 7. So you got 2.00. That rounds to 2. But one thing you'll learn about in chemistry, sig figs, keep it to 0.00, since we're talking about the hundredths. And then number 8. So tomorrow, we're going to come in, we're going to talk about how all this stuff relates to knots and ropes. Smith out!